Hello and welcome back to my channel. We are hanging out with our donkeys, doing a little meet and greet. Not really a meet and greet, I guess. Doing a little hi. They're not really interested in being truly pet, right? They're already hot. It's warm today. It's going to be even warmer. They're currently aggravated with me because they're in the stage of our rotation where they don't get hay in the morning. And so they're wondering why I haven't fed them because, they're starving to death. So yes, they're being stubborn, which is what donkeys do. Penny never gives me the cold shoulder. She's always right here. Dee Dee, on the other hand, has no problem giving me the cold shoulder and showing me what she thinks of me. And she's really backlit, sorry, but she's enjoying whatever's growing on the fence line, which is exactly what they should be doing. And if you look at those bellies, they are not missing a meal. So as I'm watching what's happening here, thought it would be a good chance to talk about another fun thing on the farm, and that's flies. Flies are inevitable. When you have manure, when you have animals, you have flies. Will you stop it, please? Look at this. How do I do anything with that face? How do I talk about anything with that face? So flies. Flies, for the most part, pretty much only bother the humans. They do, as you can see, somewhat annoy the donkeys. The goats seem to be impervious to it. I don't understand it, but they are. They just are never bothered. They don't shake. They don't bite at themselves. They just never seem to be annoyed by the flies at all, no matter what time of the year it is. So we can use fly spray on the donkeys. And from time to time, when it gets bad, we do. We can and do use what's called fly predator. And fly predator is a natural solution to maintaining a more normalized fly population. You add it to your manure, you add it to areas where you think your flies are, populating. I know, sweetie, I know. And it's an actual predator of the fly in their larval stage, and it kind of prevents the flies from actually becoming flies. So that's a good thing. So we do maintain our fly population. We try and control it in natural ways. I don't like using fly spray on the donkeys if I don't have to, because that is a chemical. I do use it when it gets bad or when I see that they're really annoyed by it. So right now I'm watching Dee Dee, and her flank is shaking, and she's not stopping grazing, but you can tell that she's kind of bothered a little bit. Her tail is swishing. She's agitated about it. So today's a day that I'll give them some fly spray, which is sort of like, a temporary bug spray, right? It'll give them relief during the worst of it. And we do that because we care. The flies aren't bad for them. They're just annoying like they are for us. The only time flies are really bad is when there's an open wound. And an open wound with flies is something we don't want to ever have. Flies will lay eggs in an open wound, and then those eggs hatch into maggots. Yuck, I know. And that's, then they feed on that open wound, right? So there's your grossness for today. Sorry, I probably should have put a trigger warning on that. I actually didn't realize I was going to go down that path. I'm not sure why I did, but here we are. So fly strike, which is what that's called, and that's what we'll call it from now on, so you don't have to hear any descriptions, is something you want to avoid at all costs. It's not good for the animal that has the open wound. It's not good for the animal in any way, shape, or form, and it certainly doesn't promote healing the way you would think. It's actually, it hinders healing. So the other thing we do with fly prevention, again, aside from natural prevention using fly predator, some chemical prevention with bug spray, essentially fly spray for the donkeys, is we maintain and monitor our animals. And I've told you that I keep my herd small on purpose because I want to be able to lay hands on them. This is one of the reasons why. I want to be able to look at them every day in full, right? I want to look at their whole body. I want to be able to check them, make sure there's no boo-boos, no wounds, no scratches, nothing that's going to be attractive for anything other than nature. So that's kind of the message around flies. You don't get rid of them. You don't ever live without them at this time of the year, but you can manage them. You can keep everybody comfortable. And it just takes a little extra look-see at your animals to make sure that you don't have any boo-boos or wounds that need to be covered, protected, maintained. A lot of times, usually if I find a scratch or a wound, we'll just use what's called AluShield or Blue Coat, which are two medicinal sprays that prevent any buggies from getting in. There you go. And now you can see why, you know, angry donkeys. So there's a couple things. They're agitated because they didn't get their hay this morning and they think they should. They don't need it, believe me. And two, they're a little annoyed by the flies. So the next thing I'm going to do when I finish this video is give them some fly spray. I hope you're having a fabulous day wherever you are. If you are not in good weather, oh my goodness, just look at the skies. Not a cloud in sight, which is amazing. We've had nothing but rain for the last several days. Blue skies everywhere. I really do hope that you're enjoying your day. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead, whatever's up your sleeve. We've got birds flying overhead. Oh, I don't know why it won't focus. That's really weird. So there's a terrible batch of looking at my sky out of focus. I think it's time to say goodbye. Bye for now.